Zoom, everything we do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. With, I
My
mean,
laptop
nowadays.
is acting up. Yeah, and now my laptop's acting up. I'm like, this is gonna happen.
No, I appreciate you sticking with it. Really.
No, I'm like, no. This is like my inner Taurus coming out in me. And I'm like, I will fight.
You're a Taurus too. That's great.
Are you a Taurus?
No, but like so many important people in my life are Taurus.
Aww. So, May 6th. May 6th is my birthday.
Really? Wow.
Uh-huh. It's awesome. A good day.
It's a great day.
So, yes. When is your birthday?
I'm July 25th, so I'm a Leo.
Oh, that's awesome. July 21st is my Lily.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm like trying to like prop up my stupid phone.
I love your ceiling.
Thank you.
That is so cool.
Yeah, like when we got the house, like, you know, it had this like little
cutaway.
In it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and I was like, what am I gonna do with that? Huh. I painted blue.
That's great. It's genius.
Yeah. So, but how are you?
I'm great. I'm doing
good.
A
million years.
I know.
Yes. Yes.
You are so like I think what you're doing with the house and everything is pretty amazing stuff. You putting siding up and your fence and all of it.
Well, like my vision is like to create like my daughters and it's funny because like I used to watch movies and TV more than I do now. Sure. I'm so tired of TV. I'm like, if you put a show in front of me, I'm like, no, get away. Like I just cannot binge watch anything else.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting to that point myself as well.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I mean, I watch music documentaries.
I love that. I do. I love documentaries. Yeah. I love that and crime ones too.
Yes, and
crime ones.
I used to like binge crime ones, and then like I started seeing them as humans, and I was like. Yes. No. Like it made me so sad. And I was like, I don't like that anymore. So I think, have you seen, I think it's called The Lion Sleeps Tonight. It was a Netflix documentary about how the Lion Sleeps Tonight, the song, it's totally ripped off.
Really?
And you've got to find it. You've got to watch it. Like I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. That one, and I think the other one is Mr. Dynamite, I think. James Brown.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, I just saw one recently on the Bee Gees that was pretty amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really good.
Which
it's on HBO Max.
Okay. I might have it, but I'll check it out.
It was awesome. Very, very good stuff. But I love that. But like, I've been kind of in a transition kind of a period right now. So I've kind of talked to Dean about it. And, you know, there's some stuff that you could do like biohacking and stuff like that. Really, it's just like kind of purging yourself from a lot of different things. And I've kind of been doing that, not necessarily consciously, but kind of subconsciously, kind of scaling back a lot of things. And I've found that it has kind of reset myself. I feel a lot better. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like, sure. And it's funny because like whenever you kind of take a step back and you're like, do I actually like that stuff? Do I?
Right.
Huh. And like, it's so funny because like, and it's the slippery slope. It's like the frog and boiling water thing. Like you don't really realize what you're watching and the intensity of it. And like, I just remember, because I haven't watched a crime documentary in probably over a year, which is crazy because I used to watch them all the time.
Right.
And it was funny because one just kind of came on, it just kind of filtered in. It was in the background or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is that? And Lily was like, Mom, I remember falling asleep to this whenever I was sleeping in your bed. And I was like, oh my God, kid, I am so sorry. I will pay for your leg bills later. Like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, like, it does kind of crack me up to think about it because now I'm just super chill. I don't know. And there's a weird part of me that's actually semi-thankful, a little bit thankful for COVID. I know it sounds really, really odd.
No, like I mean, for me, I try to look at the silver linings and things, and you know, Which
is why I like you.
Oh, thank you. You too. I mean, I think we think a lot similarly. You know what I mean? And I think that for you know, somebody like yourself with a family, I mean, I think that getting back to the family unit and just having all this time with each other. I mean, there's never been a time in our past, and there probably won't ever be one in the future, hopefully, where you can like
Give
take
it 100
advantage
years.
of that, you know, where you have this much time with each other.
Yes.
And that's just
Yes.
something that maybe you never thought you would ever get.
And it's a make or break situation for people. It is,
For sure.
you know, and I think that with, you know, and I'll be straight, you know, the situation that we were presented with, with, dad and I separating and then divorcing, everything's cool. It's all good.
Mhm.
Moving along. But like, I can't imagine how a different scenario could have played out with my girls, because the girls are so solid.
Yeah.
I am like stupid proud of them. Like,
that's great.
They're so solid. We ask questions. We are open here, like
that's awesome.
open, and it's funny because I even sat them down and like I sat on the coffee table Indian style and they sat on the couch and I just said, whatever you guys are feeling, say it.
Yeah.
And I will allow you one cuss word. I will allow you one, which of course they were like, they haven't used it. They haven't used it. But like, it's reverse psychology. Smart.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, like it's been interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And I find inspiration, from you, because I find myself in I wasn't married, but I'm in you're in a transition, like I talked about, a transition period in my life. And so I think, you're definitely an inspiration. Like you've kind of
thank you.
taken the ball and ran with it. And like, you're spending that quality time, like we talked about with your family. Also, you're investing your hard work into your own house, and just like finding things and projects to really kind of attack. And I think that's awesome.
Yes. And I told my girls, like, I was like, this isn't going to last forever, and everything changed very quickly. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally it was within probably 2 to 3 months for them.
Yeah.
Like, the dad and I, we and we're co-parenting. It's all good. But like,
that's great.
It's like we had to, we were trying to be very strategic about it just because they're little, well, 13 and 8, but they're always going to be little to me.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we just had to, I can't imagine them having to adjust to all of that.
Yeah.
And then going to school and Emma going to middle school. I mean,
right.
We remember.
Oh yeah.
And that was crazy. And oh my gosh, we were like the most blessed, privileged. Gosh, I mean, like I literally cannot, I don't think I've come across anybody in our peer set who left Alan going, God, that sucked.
Actually, I've seen a few. I have seen a few. Yeah, just and everybody's path's a little different.
Yeah.
But just being able to do this and spending time with people like yourself and some others that I've been had the opportunity to talk to.
Yeah.
You realize that being a kid and going through that is just tough in general.
Ooh.
And just to be able to have people like yourself that you can kind of look back on. I mean, those were great times. We had great times, and then to see you now doing so well, it's awesome, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I think that the community itself and the people that we went to school with, you talked about the peer group. I mean, they're all great, and like I see them all the time on Facebook and stuff like that. It's I don't as much as there are those types of tropes in any kind of high school or middle school, I feel like for the most part everybody's kind of come together and and you can follow each other on social or whatever. I know that like it's not something that everybody's super into, but for anybody who has those hard feelings, hopefully they can look back and
for sure
everybody else and just see that we're all human beings, we're all growing, we're all on a different path. So hopefully that's
and it's neat to also see like I was watching with Devaney and Chris like the previous episodes, and I was like literally like my hands were, I was like yes! Like I was so happy. I have such great memories with the both of them, and I don't know, it's like I'm so thankful that you're putting this together. It's super
it's been
fun.
Really fun.
And I mean, and even though like we didn't have a reunion and all that stuff, like
exactly.
I mean, I will say I'm off of Facebook. I don't like it.
Right.
It's mean. It's mean and it's harsh.
For sure.
And for me, I was like,
that's part of that purging that we were talking about, purging some of these distractions and whatnot. Did you go to the 10-year, reunion?
I didn't
either. I didn't either.
I just remember thinking, well, I don't want to pay
Yes.
It's really very simple. Like I just remember thinking, I see the people, but
right, yeah.
And I don't want to pay. Like, let's meet at the park.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
dogs,
And then I was
dogs.
thinking, like,
Yeah.
this time around when we were getting closer to the 20 year, I was like, well,
Yeah.
maybe maybe we'll give it a go. And I was trying to convince the others to go with me.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I don't know, that's so lame.
All of us were like, hey. But like secretly we want to go because we're
yeah, because you want to see everybody. Obviously, it's not like back in the day where they didn't have social media, so it was kind of more of a mystery. And so,
and why are we so nervous about it? How dumb?
Yeah, that is kind of silly for sure.
It's silly, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, but because we haven't had that opportunity to do that, I thought it was really cool to kind of maybe try to reach out and to get to as many people as I can. I don't know how many we'll get to, but you're definitely one of the ones I wanted to talk to as soon as possible. I had such a good time with you. We shared a science class together.
And, wait, was that with Ben Shepherd in there too, right?
It was, yes. It was great.
Do you remember the kumquat moment?
I do remember the kumquat moment, and I remember the shrooms moment too. That was pretty funny. Giggling about shrooms, and she's like, it comes off of cow shit, and I thought it was like the funniest thing ever.
I seriously still love. Like I literally, Emma calls people kumquats now. She does because I told her, I was like, yeah, I think he got to the principal for that, like because he called the teacher a kumquat, and he was like, do you even know what that means? And I remember thinking, he is such a fearless rebel. This one, like, I want to be like him when I grow up.
Absolutely.
And
and I got so much, knowledge and music from you at that time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you were really you had it all over your binder. You had all the Britpop superstars on there, and I got to just pick your brain the whole period about that kind of stuff.
What was your favorite?
Awesome.
So I don't even remember.
Space Hog was one that we kind of both
were so
into.
Fun, weren't they?
For sure.
Oh my gosh.
Now I'm kind of more into like not maybe 90s Britpop, but I love 80s. Like I'm so into like new music now. Like I'm just obsessed with it right now.
Like what?
The
Smiths, put you on the spot.
Yes, okay. The Smiths, The Cure, obviously the easy ones. And then like Bajas and the or the I don't know how you want to say
it. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna call it the from now on. The.
Yes, I love that. They should have done that. But all that stuff is just so awesome. And now like it's like Tame Impala, which is kind of the same kind of it's just an updated version of that.
I haven't checked them out.
I know. So obsessed,
is it them or it or they?
It's a he, but I think he has bandmates, but it's basically a guy who does like his own drums and then he plays all the instruments and then gets people to go on tour with him to play with him. But it's like kind of like a DJ.
That is
kind
fantastic.
I don't know. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. What are you listening to these days?
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me this. Okay. And it's like the inside of my skin sweats. I'm like.
Mm-hmm. Well, you played music, and that's another, great memory of mine.
I did. Okay, I have to ask you this though. Did you ever see me play?
I think we got to play together one time at like Dustin's house.
Really?
But it was very, but I never got to see you, on stage perform. I know you went on tour and that kind of deal.
A bajillion years ago.
I didn't get to see that. How much I would have really loved to see you do that, but I didn't get the opportunity.
And it's funny because like. You do certain things just to kind of learn the ropes and, but it's not necessarily, it wasn't the band that I was supposed to be in. I'm just going to be frank.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm nothing against them whatsoever. It just wasn't my style. And I'll be honest, I did it. I kind of jumped in head first and I hit my head at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
And so it's like, whenever I did that, I kind of floated back up to the surface and went, is this really what I want to do? And then nope. And I put it down for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And then, I had a family and it's funny because like, it doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't matter how hard you try to keep it down, keep it down. And then like, all of a sudden you hear, like Lily, her voice sounds like a bell. When she sings, it's like this little bell.
That's
and
so awesome.
It's so pretty and it's so quiet, but she's fierce when she plays drums. Like, I mean, it's hilarious. She's awesome. So tiny. She's pint size. She's 8.5. and she can still fit in this size 6 clothes. I mean, like for 6-year-olds, she's tiny. But she's my mini me for sure. She's like an old British man. She's just very dry and very like, what? And she intimidates people, and I'm like, stop. She does it on purpose. She does it on purpose completely.
Well, you guys are a great follow for sure on
she's so funny.
I've seen like all the pictures and stuff. You guys are so fun. You guys are very creative family,
fun.
which is really cool. Yeah.
Well, and then Emma, I think if anyone were to look at her, they'd look at me and go, Angie, middle school. Angie, middle school. I mean, her head is very dreamy, and she's just kind of like floaty, and like she found Bjork.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Not during quarantine. And then so now she's walking around calling her Bjork. And I'm like, no. And she's like, yeah, so like I think for the next recital I'm going to be and she's high functioning autistic. So she's very, very literal, which I adore. I think it's the cutest. But she's very floaty, but she's very literal when she's like, so I think I'm going to do the arrangement of, it's a Chet Baker song. She was like, but it's arranged for guitar and I believe a harp. And this was yesterday. She's like, nice. In her head, she's like, and I believe a harp, but it was Chet Baker and it was this and she did her version of it, but I made my own version on piano. And I was like, all of that. Fair enough, kiddo. Yeah, that's awesome. Absolutely. Can't wait. So yeah, I mean, like we have a ton of fun with it, but going back, it's funny because like, it doesn't matter how much I try to put a lid on it. It's like a steam pot.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like, I'll hear Lily and I'll be like, and like, I mean, it's like this, like comes out of me and I'm like, so, and then I hear Emma playing and singing and I'm like, golly, I miss it. Why did I put it down? Why did I do that? So I've been writing. Nice. I don't think I'm going to show a thing to anybody because I don't. Because
you don't need to.
I'm a chicken. I'm a liver chicken. Exactly though, right? Mm-hmm. So, but I have bought a mandolin.
Nice. And I see that. I can see it right behind you.
It's really awesome. Cute. It's really cute. And we bought a banjo because I've always wanted a banjo. I have 2 pedals now, and I wasn't a pedal person. I was very like, just, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember you used to play a Telecaster.
I did. It was my 62 reissue Tele. Yes.
It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, I love that baby. And then it actually was stolen. Oh. It was stolen. Yeah. And I will say this for the masses, write down serial numbers. I didn't know. So if you have anything musical, write down the serial number. But it grew legs and it found a new home and I've yet to find it. So and that was a long time ago, but I have a new Tele now.
Nice.
And it's cute. And his name is Henry. And my girls and I, like, we have fun, like trying to like the banjo. I was like, sort of, what are we naming her? And it was like Jambo. Okay. Jambo the banjo. And then the mandolin, they were like, huh. So I named it Moose the Mandolini.
I was gonna go with Mandolini. That's awesome.
Oh, nice. Great mind.
That is.
So yeah, this is Moose the Mandolini and Henry and Jambo, and then Lulu is Emma's ukulele. We haven't named the drum kit.
We haven't named the drum kit. Wow.
We have not named the drum kit.
We have all the pieces to have a family band.
I know, but it needs to be like Tobias Funke, right? Like the Funke Family Fun Band. Yeah, that. So, but yeah, that's. I mean, yeah. So I've been doing that again. Singing is what I miss. That awesome. Is what I love.
That is
like
great.
I think you and I were talking about the States. Mm-hmm. Stinking all, man. Oh my goodness gracious. When I hear voices, there's nothing that makes me just like, it's like I come up for air. And it stinks too, because like right before COVID hit, we were going through the separation divorce and everything. And I was like, okay, let me get out there and I miss singing. Like I grew up singing. I don't know if you know this, but like before I came to Allen, I was like actually like ensembles with school, like yes, Angie. And I loved it. I loved it. And it's really nerdy. Don't care. I had so much fun with it. Like being in choirs. I love like lots of voices all together.
Harmonies.
Yes, I'm really big on that. Yeah, it's the sound that we make. You know, it comes out of us. You know, so
it's definitely its own instrument, especially when you get to like a bunch of voices like you're talking about, man. Like Kanye uses voices and choirs as synth, which is so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
And I've yet to check it out. Check it out. I want to love him so much.
He's a little hard to love.
I used to so much. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, him and Jaden Smith.
Oh yeah, I love Jaden Smith. Yeah.
Oh,
very, very talented.
my Lanta. Okay.
And his sister Willow's, oh my God, so talented.
She is. She's so but talented. I will tell you, the most entertaining thing in the world is to read Jaden Smith tweets from about 5 years ago. It's very specific. Like I used to just sit on my couch and just giggle. Like, I just want to put him in a little box and put him.
I think he showed up to Kim's and Kanye's wedding in a white Batman suit.
I love it so much. He's just like, I just think he's adorable. Yeah. So yeah, like, and oh my gosh, Gold Digger. Don't even get me started on that song. I love it. So like, and Stronger. I mean, I used to, I still try to run. Like I used to be a big runner. I was in track and cross country. That's right. But like, oh my gosh, it's the best running song. Like the heart of it. Yeah. Stupid good. I don't run as much as I used to, but I try.
I used to love working out to Matt and Kim was one for me. Just the energy is
that one.
So it just so like it
I have to check it out.
Going. Yeah, it's a good get you going kind of song or band. I love that stuff. Yeah, band.
So I have to check it out. You'll have to send me a big list
for sure. We'll do.
I will tell you though. So I guess going back, I'm on tangent.
It's all good.
But like, I think going back to all of it, whenever I started kind of coming back up again and hearing stuff and going, that sounds really good. Because after, I think a lot of people are under some misconception that when you start a family and become a mom or dad or whatever, like you have to put away the things that I guess kind of keep you alive. I know that sounds really
no, yeah. I mean, the life force. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have to like stay so hyper focused on being a parent or a mom or dad, whatever. And that's, I like lasered in on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of like maybe people, especially people who don't know, who maybe don't. Yeah. I think generally people think that maybe you have to put a pause in that, and then when your kids go off to go to college or then you try to get back to those things. But I don't think that that's necessarily something
that's not how it works.
Right.
It's like, I wish if I could go back and tell, there's so many things I'd tell little Angie, but I think that one of the biggest ones is like, keep it, because that's what keeps the joy,
Yeah. No, yeah.
And going back and like revisiting, like it makes you just go, oh, I forgot it. Like
totally. I totally get where you're coming from. Cause like with the COVID and everything, when everything kind of just shut down,
the reality set in.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a long one.
Yeah. And you were looking for something to kind of like grab onto. And then I remembered, the production stuff that me and my friends really, really loved and really wanted to do that. We had to put on the little back burner to focus on our careers, our families, and those types of things. And when everything shut down, it was just kind of like, okay, why don't we just start kind of like dabbling in this thing?
Yeah.
And, it really kind of opened me up and just kind of reinvigorated myself. Like I didn't realize how much of a void that I had inside myself when I put that away.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And like, it's very interesting to me how things kind of cycle through and kind of come around. And I'll say that I guess my reawakening kind of started 2014. Yeah, 2014. And it was one of those things that it's hard to put it in words. It's interesting when you literally, like, I look back at that version of me back then and I'm like, I feel like I looked like a 70-year-old woman almost, like
Mm.
internally, because I just was so just about
Tired.
so much tired, yeah, worn out. And sorry, I got to flip my phone.
It's okay.
Okay, is that still good? Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, but then like, no, I mean, straight up, like I went and saw my favorite guitarist play, and it's the bee's knees. And no, it was funny because like I didn't realize how much I missed that part of me.
Mm.
And I just, I walked out of there and I was like, okay, Angie, figure it out. And it was like this weird, like little mission after that. Like, and I didn't quite know what to figure out, but I just started unpeeling and unpeeling and unpeeling. And it's kind of when my life started. Like, it sounds really weird, but like, yeah, everything kind of started flowing after that. And then now, well, and then, yeah, it led me up to, COVID. And I went, whoa, okay. Because I was like, I'm going to join choirs. I'm going to get out there and do music. I had all this life force behind me, but I didn't quite know where to put it or where I was going with it.
Right.
So I'm grateful for the forced pause. If that makes sense.
No, yeah, totally.
And yeah. And so
Renaissance.
Yeah. So it made me kind of pause and go, well, crud. And then, but it really forced me to like dig down deep and like carve out the stuff that I don't like.
Yeah.
And then bring out the stuff that I do. And then that's kind of what happened with the house. I went, I don't like my house. I just don't like it. And I mean, it's okay. I'm grateful for it. Don't get me wrong. Right. Benny and June, we watched that movie so much, it's ridiculous. And I'm like obsessed with having the house look like a mix between like the Weasley house. Like I love their house. Yes. And Benny and June. So there's like colors everywhere. I'm getting that fence up. Oh my Lanta. So all these things are things that like, yeah, of course I can hire somebody to do it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that I say, hey, you know what? I can say that I've done that. Not to say that I'll ever do it again, but I know how to,
Exactly. And I think that's an awesome accomplishment.
Yeah.
And you'll appreciate it more,
I will.
All your hard work.
I will not be a happy camper if somebody touches that fence. I will not be. If somebody scratches the paint on my house, I'm gonna be like, fix it. I know exactly the paint shade. Go get it. Like, don't touch it. So yeah, but it's been really interesting for sure. And also, you learn who's so important. And. I'll be honest, my best friend passed away at the very, very beginning of all this. Yeah, about that. And it's funny, like the people that it's like all of a sudden there are like colors that come out in people that you just go, those are my people. Like, sure. So one of my other best friend, her name is Zari, and she's the cutest thing on God's green earth. And she was pregnant at the, with all this. So I was like, don't touch anybody, stay inside. And her husband's the same. And he's like, no, like, so I didn't get to see her pregnant. I didn't. And so she'd send me belly pictures and I was like, this is killing me. But then I finally got to see Thiago. I finally got to smell him. And I know this sounds so weird, but like,
baby smell.
Oh, and Thiago, he is the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he was born very, very early. Like, so he was like 2 pounds.
Wow.
When she had him. Yeah. Yeah. And he's gorgeous and we're best friends and I love him. And his name is Thiago, which I think is like the cutest thing in the world. Very cute. I mean, I kind of walk out of all this, like, and of course I picked up my guitar again. I'm like, my fingers don't work like they used to. Like, oh my God. But no, it's kind of a different appreciation for it all. Like, yeah,
totally.
I run 1,000,000 miles an hour.
You do.
All the time. I've always been that way. I have always been that way. And my brain works like that. And it's like, I've had to force myself to go. Yeah. And like, Angie, stop yourself. Nothing else is here to stop yourself. And that was kind of hard for me to adjust to at first. I'm learning how to do it now, and I'm learning how to keep my projects. Like, it's not done today and it's not going to be done next week. I got to chill. I've got to rest. I've got to find time just to be like quiet.
Sure.
And I'm almost 40. We're almost 40.
I know.
We're almost there. I actually like it. I like it.
Me too, actually. But yeah, I feel like that. I feel that too, what you're saying. I feel like I'm trying to find the balance, and that's the thing.
Yes.
Trying to find the balance in everything, mind, body, soul.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we're going to get there. But I do want to know about that it's like the what is it? Oh yeah,
biohacking. Yeah, we're actually going to talk about it in the next episode a little bit more. But yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff you could do to kind of, just things that like media, maybe it's being active, or just certain things that you could do to kind of just like take all the distractions away. But for me, that's what it was. It was distractions. Cause like I just started kind of really doing some self-work and kind of getting the help that I needed. And before that, I was just,
which is awesome,
running from everything and just kind of diving into distractions. And so for me, it was just kind of taking some stuff away and really just like being with myself, like you were saying, and having that quiet time to reflect, and so many reflections and so many realizations, and it's all been great. And so, I'm on my back.
And not taking yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I've grown really grateful for. Like, if you can't laugh at yourself, and if you can't be the first to own your mistake. Just be like, I did it. I stepped in it. I did it. Me. And that, I wish I could go back and tell young Angie that, like, just own it.
Yeah. And you said, I think we've talked about before, is just having some grace for yourself too, is something that I'm still trying to work out that part. And I'm working on it.
It's a process.
It's a process.
But like, I mean, I think it's great that you're doing that. Like, it's hard to do.
For sure.
I don't know. I think that it's weird. Like, I think for everybody, last year was stupid.
So hard.
Last year was just stupid.
It's still going.
I'm like,
there's light.
Really?
I think there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm starting to see it.
Little glimmer.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Like, I'm literally, when the power went out, like, I'm going to back up a little bit. I remember last year with I had to, turn the TV off after a bit because, like, the riots were happening. Oh my gosh, it was breaking my heart. And like, and just all this stuff was happening, and
so heavy.
Agent Thin Lip Weighty Bottom Orange. We all know who we're talking about there. I just was like, I gotta, and then my Emma, one night I was like, okay, let's just see if the tides have changed. Right. And I literally said that, right? And then it was like when the hurricane was coming through or something. And we just looked at each other on the couch. I was like, and we lost it. And so ever since, like, I don't know, it's like the end of the Truman Show when he's like, come on. I'm like, okay, we stopped saying that a long time ago, but it's still like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally been on that. I'm there on that for sure.
I'm just kind of laughing about everything at this point. But like,
at this point.
Yeah, I'm just being grateful though it's funny whenever you slow down for a sec and listen to your intuition more. That's a funny one because you're just like,
mindfulness, right?
Yeah.
That's a buzzword. I'm starting to understand what that means though.
Isn't that weird? But that's one big thing that this year's taught me is like intuition is incredible. Like, I mean, I don't know. I've been like, I knew whenever very, very, and like, I knew when my friend went into labor, I went, and sure enough, she was in labor, and I was like, neat. Okay. I'm gonna go with that, and I don't know, it's just really interesting whenever you get quiet, you really start picking up on some pretty cool things,
Cool.
So that's been kind of interesting, or maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. I don't think
so. I don't think you are either.
So, but yeah, I'm liking where I am.
That's great.
It's been good.
Very good to hear. Very good to hear.
And
very good to see.
So wonderful to talk to you.
It is absolutely wonderful.
We have to do it more.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's silly.
For sure.
It's like all up in my face.
And I'm gonna try to get you to. I might not have seen you play on a stage, but maybe I'll get to get you to play for me one day.
Maybe. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know. Like when my approach now is like,
I'm a huge karaoke fan, so
let's go. We've got to make it happen. Like even if we're all in like like our little bubbles, like with those like hamster wheels, like we just need to buy our own. And like,
absolutely.
Like oh my gosh, that'd be so much fun. But like, yeah, I used to take myself seriously when it came to music, and now I'm like,
just have fun.
I'm just gonna sing when I want to sing, and I'm just gonna play when I want to play. I'm not gonna be the best, but I like it. I'm having fun doing it. So, and seeing like I was playing like a hillbilly version of Blackbird the other day.
Oh,
like
nice.
Like I was just
on the
silly.
banjo.
No,
okay.
But it was still funny. But I was like tapping my foot, like and I turn around and Lily's like, I've never seen you play like that, and I was like, are you impressed by this? I was jacking around, and I was like, next time I need to like play with my teeth, like see what she does, But yeah, like I don't know, I'm having just so much fun with it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's a good spot.
Very,
and then,
good.
Do you still play though?
I got a guitar, and I used to play bass back in the day, but I'm trying to.
That's right.
Make that step and start playing a little bit more guitar. But yeah, I'm definitely doing that more now, and so it's been fun.
Yeah,
challenging, but I'm excited about it.
Well, and it's kind of this bass, like I can't play. I mean, I'm sure I could if I wanted to. I really probably could, but like I don't know. It's just not my thing. Same with drums. It's like a broken octopus. It's just like Lily will look at me and be like, really? Like, step away. I'm like, leave me alone. Let me try. And then like, boom, no. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying though. I'm still gonna try.
Keep on doing it.
But it's a broken octopus at this point. So I don't know.
Well, it's about that time, so thank you so much for spending time and making time. I know it's a busy day for you today, so thank you so much for carving out some time with me.
Well, and absolutely, and everybody, hello from Alan, and I miss everybody, and hope everyone's doing really well. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Really well. All right, well, we'll speak soon.
Yes.
Okay, you take care.
All right,
Okay, bye.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.